And good evening. This is the Elliott Wave update for the S&P 500 for Monday, July 18th, 2022. Pretty much a self-fulfilling day, I guess. The Globex session did continue to hold higher levels. We did see a stronger rally coming into today's opening. We did see that rally push through today's opening, and pretty much for the first hour to 2 hours held higher levels, but under very choppy conditions. The market was very choppy, moving suddenly, bursting here and there as this battle was going on in Apple, in Google, and in some of the stocks as the buyers were still flocking to push in and get themselves ready for what they deem is going to be a great week. In any case, here in the daily chart or on the daily chart for the S&P, there aren't any changes. I continue to look at, I did actually put the C here, which would be complete or show the completion point for wave C at today's session highs at 33,909. And from that level, the market did start to thrust lower. And I will drop down to that hourly so we can just take a peek at how strongly it did thrust. Now, because the other side of my coin is that it kind of came down, and that's exactly what it should do. And that's what it has done before in the D wave, and then put in a B wave and come back down again in wave C of D. I believe that that should find its support around 3780-ish. If I run some fibs in either way for wave D, I would put them against this B wave. And let's just kind of see what we come up with very quickly. Come here and there, up to there. Not perfect, but we'll see. 618, 39, 37.99. And we have that additional support at 80. So 37.99, 37.81 down to 80. That all fits Fibonacci wise. We've actually already reached another Fibonacci level this afternoon on that initial drawdown. And that took us down to today's low at 38.20. And that was the 50% retracement level for the D wave. And so that could have finished wave B. We get a little bit of a bounce. We come back down in C. It holds, turns, gets labeled D, turns and runs back up towards this upper channel line. Yes, I know it broke above the channel line, not once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and failed each and every time. So I've often talked that within the triangle, that doesn't constitute a break. A break would be it gets above it, comes back, tests it, and then keeps going up. Doesn't come back down below it, go up, come below it, go up, and then eventually just die. That does not constitute a break. So it gets labeled wave C. Now, the other side of this coin would suggest that, again, this is B, C, D, E, done, drop. But if that's the case, then what the S&P needs to do is just turn right from here and just keep on going, breaking today's low at 38.20, breaking 37.91, breaking 37.81, and eventually getting itself down to 37.23 and breaking. That would put the completion point right there. So in other words, A, B, C, D, E, down. And I take this out to that hourly chart and come on now. It does fit. Not as pretty as you would want it to be, but it does fit. A, B, C, D, E. The D wave does go, but it doesn't break the bottom. The C wave broke the top, but it didn't really break. It held it and came all the way back there, so it wasn't a clean break. It held it and then came all the way back down. So again, everything still is in place for if indeed the market would just be like, that's it, we're done, boom, and it starts to drop again. Right now, they're not doing it. We're up 725, and the buyers are kind of walking in and they're still taking it right now, based pretty much on Tesla and a little bit, not much, but maybe a tiny bit on Apple, but Apple's still down from where it closed. Amazon, it's very iffy, and this all could change, and it just picks up and drops in the Asian markets and then drops again in the European markets. But if it breaks 37.23, I am really going to consider that this is all done, minor 4, and we're dropping in that minor 5th wave. Now, so what do I want to say about tomorrow? Same deal. We're coming in, we're holding on to these lower levels, and the moving averages still continue to be lined up to go down. The 20's now gotten flat after today. Again, daily chart, so it doesn't leave us much room. It closed and continues to trade just below, actually 38.40. And so this is at 38, right? So it's just trading above where the close, and that keeps us below the 20 right now. So closing below the 20 puts a slight negative on the daily chart, but I need the follow through to make it a stronger break. And because it could easily just go turn right around and keep going back up and then come back down in a D and then go back up in an E. So two sides of the coin. We're still in the triangle. It's not easy. We saw that this morning with the chop back and forth, up and down, and you could drive yourself crazy because you're giving up $250, $300, $200, $400, and next thing you know, you're down $1,000 and wondering what the hell you were trading for. So these are that kind of day. They are the summer. It is a triangle. Difficult from the start to trade. Moves are sudden, moves are quick. If you think it's going to not necessarily thrust, but just trend a little bit, form a 5-wave structure. No, it just gets itself all twisted up because it's in a triangle. So again, for tomorrow, please, we need to leave open, and we'll find out. We will find out by where the market comes when we start tomorrow morning, where the market is sitting. If the market has broken back down below this lower trend line, then we're done. The minor wave 4 will be done. The C we get put over here, the B gets back there, the D gets put there, that's the E, we're done. But it needs to break, like I said. Otherwise, let's see if it can come down to here. If it holds and it starts to turn higher and we start to break back above those Fibonacci levels, and then again, wherever these, because if it comes down to here, these will follow, and then it starts breaking back above those moving average, giving the buyers more to put in and to have reason to buy. Again, on an hourly basis, we're a little bit oversold, so a little bit of a bounce is not unheard of from here. So that's the story. We're still in the triangle. At best, we may have completed the whole minor 4, and this is all just going to continue to the downside. At the very least, we've completed wave C, we've got a D and an E to finish, and then additional minor 5th wave down. And that one would be expected. Once it gets going, folks, the expectations for it are pretty big. Brings us down to here. Now, again, I'm going to leave it there because I need the completion of 4 so that on the daily, I can go back out and run Fibonacci extensions for that wave 5. And how I do that is I take all of wave 3 and I put the extension up to the completion point for wave E, which I'm going to assume could be somewhere down in here or at the outermost chance here, 3909, because I still can count this A, B, C, D, E, done, and we're out of the ballpark. Now, if that's the case, Let me just, nope. So let me get rid of that one. I will put that in so that you can get an idea of what it would look like if indeed, okay, that one didn't work. Excuse me. Let's trade that, change that to that. Come on. There. To there, to there. We're just going to call it and say that's 909. Come on. 25. Good. All right. So look at how it lines up. We have the 786 and the 382, both at 32.25. That starts to wrap this up. So if indeed that completed it, and it'd be so clean if it did, that we get a -4 and then we start that 5. These are the supports. These are where we're looking for. Definitively looking for it to break 36.39. Then we got 35.78. I don't think that 382, no. A fifth wave, we're looking at least 50 to 618. That brings us down below 35. They're 34.75, 33.73, 32, 3,300, and then 32.25. If wave 5 were to be equal to wave 3, then we're looking at 3,042 down here. So yes, we still have downside. Yes, it should be significant when we're sitting there staring at 38.40 and we're talking about getting down to 32.25. That's 610 points from here, more. That's a lot of downside. A lot of disappointment's got to start coming out of somewhere. So that's our story. And our next update will be on Tuesday, the 19th.